So Molly, tell us a little bit about what you need to be thinking about and handling once you get here.
Right. So the first and most exciting part is the birth, right? And most parents are really excited to be here and be a part of that. But you need to have a realistic picture that there's a lot of hospitals that aren't letting parents in for the birth right now. And that's going to be something you have to deal with and have a plan in place that both you and the surrogate are comfortable with. So make sure that you discuss with the agency and discuss with your surrogate mom about everybody's comfort level and how you want to handle this. And I think it's a really nice suggestion if you can write a letter to your future child or your future children about what this would have been like, except for what's going on right now, so that you can kind of have an expression of your feelings and then you have this going out. And it's also not a bad idea to maybe show that to the hospital staff, because I think if they see this, they'll get to see what's really in your hearts at the moment. And if there's any exceptions that can be made, I bet that's where you're going to see it happen, is when they really get to see how personal this is. So that's just a little something to be aware of. Now, when you're at the hospital, this is also where some of the first birth certificate paperwork is filled out that eventually gets sent off to vital records. And the thing with the birth certificates right now is that processing times might be different than what we're used to. And that's really jurisdictional. That's going to vary depending upon where the surrogate gives birth, what state, and then what county within that state. So when it comes to the birth certificate, make sure that you've talked to your lawyer here in the United States about what's going on in that area, so that you can have a proper expectation of how long it will take to get a birth certificate.
Thanks, Molly. And then what's next after the birth certificate is issued?
So once you have the birth certificate, the next step is getting the passport. Now, typically without the COVID-19 virus, you would go straight for the US passport and you would return home on that. And it's still possible to get the US passport. It takes much longer now because of the passport offices are only issuing emergency expedited passports in what they call a life or death situation. Well, arguably we do have one of those situations because we want the parents to be able to return to their home country or their home state with their child and, not have to take advantage of the US healthcare system and all the problems that they would have by having to stay here longer than necessary. But that's not always the best option. So be sure that you talk to your lawyer who's got the boots on the ground here so that you can be advised of what's working best in your situation. The other option you have is to go ahead and go straight for that passport for your home country by working with the local consulate to wherever your surrogate's giving birth. And if that's something you're going to do, you're going to need to prepare a series of paperwork in order to get that done as well, which your US lawyer based here will help you with.
And is there anything else in addition to perhaps getting a home country passport that might be an option for international intended parents for the baby's travel documents?
Yes, there is, Rich. There's the laissez-passer, which is, it means let it pass in French. And this is a way to travel when your home government actually gives you permission to travel without having all of those documents in place. This has been a little hit and miss. As a group of professionals across the United States, we've all come together and we're talking about who's doing what and what's working and what's not working. So again, talk to your lawyer in the United States and make sure that they're on top of all of this news so that whatever options you do have are all available to you with the huge community collaboration that we've all been doing here in the United States, so that everybody has knowledge of everything that's open to them.
The regulations, the policies, the restrictions, they're changing on a frequent basis. So keep up to date with your local attorney in your home country and with your US attorney. And if you have any additional questions, you can always email me at rich@iflg.net or molly@iflg.net. Thank you and stay safe, everybody.